So let's dive in. Now, the first thing I like to do is style my text the way that I want it to be on screen before even creating any styles. Now, to access the styles panel, I'm going to go to the window menu, and this is where all of the panels congregate. And I will go to styles. Now, you will see several different types of styles here, but we're most interested in the character and paragraph styles. Now, if you select one of the two, both of them will open in the same panel. So they love each other and they go together. Now, your paragraph styles are the foundation. So you're going to most likely start with your paragraph styles. There's so many more options, and you'll see here shortly that you can do with your paragraphs, your paragraph formatting that you can't do with your character formatting. So paragraph formatting affects the entire paragraph, right? So where up until there's a break. So if I were to show hidden characters here, let's hit W on my keyboard. Whenever I apply a style, all I have to do is put my cursor between two paragraphs, or if I wanted it to affect all of the text, I would select all of the text. But that's the idea behind paragraph styles is that it affects an entire paragraph. Character styles affects just characters. It could be even just one character. So to create a paragraph style, I went ahead and made my headline formatting myriad bold 54 on 56, 54 point on 56 leading. Now, once I have it styled the way that I like it on screen, I'm just going to go down here to the paragraph styles panel and click on the hamburger menu, and I will say new paragraph style. All right, now once I do that, it brings up the new paragraph style dialog box, and I could give it a nice fancy name. I don't know, something like headline. And I'm not going to base it on any other style. So this can be a parent style or a child style. Now this will be the parent, so it's not based on anything else. It's its own man, so to speak. All right, now over here, see how you have all of these different options here? And this is what makes paragraph styles different from character styles, is that you can control the hyphenation, you can control the border, you can control the color, like you can do so many things. Now, for starters, since this is a basic tutorial, we'll just go with the basic character formatting for now. And you can see here, it went ahead and applied the style that I had applied on the screen, which was Myriad Pro, 54 point size on 56 leading. Now, there's some other things that we can do. Like if we didn't want hyphenation, we could go down here and take hyphenation off. So this is when you're setting up the style, you can go ahead and apply things that you do or don't want to happen within that style. But if you want to go back and edit it, you can always do that, and we'll do that here later in the video. So for now, I will just stick with the basic formatting here, Myriad 54 on 56, and I will confirm that by saying okay. Now, you have to note that I haven't actually applied the style yet. And you can see here in my paragraph styles panel that I did create the style, but I didn't actually apply it yet. And so now with that text selected, and to be honest, the text doesn't even have to be selected. Again, this is just one paragraph. So if I just had my cursor in here and clicked on headline, now nothing actually happened, right? Because well, something did happen. It did apply the headline paragraph style to it, but visually you didn't see a change because I actually based the paragraph style on what was visually on my screen. All right. So if I were to go to, let's say, another page here where I have another headline, I could just simply click on this box, or I could put my cursor in here. I'm just going to click on the box and then click on the headline paragraph style that I created, and boom, there we go. There's my style. So again, here's that consistency. Now, I do want to point out here, what if I want this headline to break the style, meaning like do something different than what I created the style on? So like, let's say I made some edits to the style on the screen, right? Now, if I look over here in my paragraph styles, see this little plus sign? All that's saying is, hey man, you did something different than what we agreed on. And in this case, I'm saying that's okay. On this page, I wanted the headline to be bigger. So I'm okay with this little plus sign being here, which is telling me that I overrode the initial paragraph style. Now, if I wanted to go back, I could just come down here and clear that override. That's what this little option does right here. So if I were to click on that little option, boom, it puts it back to that myriad 54 on 56, right? So I'm actually going to hit Command Z because I want that to be a bigger headline. So in some cases, you will override your paragraph styles. All right, let's do another one. So I have went ahead and styled this deck here. And if you look at the styling, it is Myriad Pro condensed, 13-point text on 15-point leading. Now, to apply a style, I'm going to go over here to the menu and I will say new paragraph style. And then I'm going to call this deck. Okay. And then I could take a peek at the basic character formatting and I can see here it's 13 on 15. Now in a deck, I don't necessarily want hyphenation since they're so short. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. All right. And maybe I want like it to have like a little tint. So it will be black, but maybe it's like, I don't know, 80% black or something like that, just so that there's a little differentiation there. All right. And then I will go ahead and confirm that and nothing happened, but something did happen. I just haven't actually applied the style yet. So I'm going to select my text and then I'm just going to click on, and notice you can select the text. I did a command or control A to select all of the text, or like as you saw earlier, I'll grab the direct select tool. I can simply just click on the box. So there's a couple different ways to apply it. And then I will select the deck paragraph style. You can see there was a change there because I changed it when I was actually creating the style. All right. So I could continue doing that for the byline. I could continue doing that for the captions. In this way, once I create that style, I don't have to keep formatting text over and over, right? So for instance, if I were to come down here now, and here is a deck, I'll just slide it up here so we can see it better. And then now I'm just going to, with the text box selected, I'm going to select deck paragraph style and boom, there we go. So as you can see, it's going to speed your layouts up because then you're really just putting text on the page and applying styles. And it's going to keep everything consistent from page to page. All right. So that is paragraph styles. Now, how is that different from character styles? Right? It's sister there, sister, brother. I don't know. Maybe they're in a relationship. I don't know, but they go together. But the character styles, they're really applied on top of the paragraph styles, meaning like I'm going to go ahead and create one more style here. So this text has no styling to it. And in fact, I'll show you another way to create paragraph style. So previously we were going here to the hamburger menu and saying new paragraph style, right? There's another way to do it also. You can come down here to create a new style. And a little trick for you, if you hold down the Option key on a Mac or Alt on a PC and click on that create a new style, it brings up the dialog box automatically. And I'm just going to call this something fancy like body text. All right. Now under body text, I have styled it on my screen already. You can see it back here. It's Minion Pro, 12 point on 14 leading. All right. And maybe that's all I'll do for now. Let's just keep this basic. It has not applied it yet, but that's okay. I still have the text selected and I'm just going to select body text from here. You didn't see anything visually change because I created the style based off of what I saw there. Now, I do see a little plus sign here. Let's go ahead and override this. I'm going to click on override just to get rid of that. All right. Because in this case, I do not want to, I want it to be exactly how I created the style. All right. So we got our body text there. You can also duplicate styles. So I can right click on body text. And you might say, well, Jason, well, why would you do that? Because sometimes you do want a what we call a child style, something that's based off of the parent. And if you right click on a style, you can also edit it. So I could go back in here. Let's go ahead and do that first. Let's go ahead and edit this body text. And let's say I didn't want this to be a 12 point. Maybe we showed it to the art director and the art director said, yeah, the text is too big. So I said, okay, let's go ahead and make it 11 point. And then maybe we'll bring the leading down to like 13. I usually like to start like 2 points above whatever the point size is. I'll usually make the leading as a starting point. That's not a hard rule there. And I'll go ahead and say, okay. And you can see it went ahead and applied it. All right. And if I wanted this text to follow suit, all I have to do is do a command or control A on my keyboard and select body text and boom, now we've got that consistency. So if this entire magazine had body text applied to it, that styling, all I have to do is edit it and I can change it throughout the entire magazine, right? So that's what's awesome about speeding up that process using styles. Now, if I wanted just certain characters to be a style, like let's say we had different names within our text here. So now I'm sort of transitioning into character styles. So paragraph styles are the foundation. Now we will add some character styles. Let's stick with minion and myriad. So I'll go myriad, bold. Like let's say we had some names throughout our document that had to have a particular type of style. So let's make it clearly different. I'm gonna maybe choose magenta over here. So again, I like to style it on screen first so I can see how it looks. And then I will look at it and say, okay, I like this. So I'll just go ahead and highlight that, and now I'm not going to create a paragraph style, remember, because paragraph style affects the entire paragraph. And I don't want to do that. I just want characters, right? Just a certain number of characters. So now I'm going to go to my character styles panel. There's nothing here yet, but I could either come down here and hold down the Option or Alt key, or I could come here to the hamburger menu and just say new character style. All right. So now I've got my new character style, and maybe these are like bolded names, or maybe you could call it like myriad bold or something. All right. Now notice there's not really that many options over here. So we saw in the character, or I'm sorry, in the paragraph style panel, there was like a whole slew of things that you can do, right? But in here, there's just a few options. You have the basic formatting, and then you could change the color like you can see here. So there's not that much things to do here. So that's why you don't want to build your entire document off of character styles. You want to build them on paragraph styles. And then in limited situations, like maybe you have a bold or italic throughout your document, or text is a certain color like in certain places, or maybe just like subheads like this, then that's when I tend to use character styles. So I'll go ahead and confirm that. Now it's not actually applied yet. So I'll come down here, and while that text is selected, I'll just click on bold names. And if I had another bold name, like let's say that's a name, I'm going to hit bold, boom. Let's say this is a name right here, boom. See how fast this, once you just create it one time, then you can go in and simply just apply the style. Or again, if you show the art director and they're like, ew, I don't like magenta, and say, okay, that's cool. I'll just right click on this and I'll edit it. And I'll go to character, color, and let's say, what about cyan? All right. Now we didn't see anything change there because we have to hit the preview button, but I could change that throughout the entire document. I don't have to continue like highlighting text on every page. Boo, who wants to do that? So in this case, one click and I'm able to change the color of those names instantly to cyan. All right, so that's the difference between paragraph and character styles. There's a lot more you can do with these, but that's the gist of it, my friends. It's going to help you keep consistency throughout your document, and it's going to speed things up. I've been laying magazines out for 20 plus years now, and I'm able to do that really quickly because I dump the text on the page and I apply styles, and then I add my pictures and things like that. So if you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe, where I'm talking about all things graphic design from a creative standpoint and from a technical standpoint, as well as marketing for service business owners and branding. All right, that's it for this tutorial. I will see you in the next one.